Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore. Wait a minute, this music isn't right, the scene isn't right. Hang on. That's more like it. And now it's time for the show for all creatives. Nevermind the Furthermore. Your source for conversation, inspiration, and fun. With your host, Nicholas Anthony Tockert. He's an artist, a writer, a swordsman, and a game designer. He knows how to use the sword and axe in historical battles without anybody getting hurt too much. He's also the Manatee Man, master of marketing. And he may even have a guest or two. One thing, though, to be certain. Just don't call him a cryptid. With that, it's about time for the show. So sit back, enjoy, and have some coffee and chat with us.
Saturday, September 13th, 2025, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern, is StompCon, a free-to-the-public indie tabletop gaming convention held in lovely Fowler, Indiana. Come out, roll some dice, buy some stuff, and have a great old time. Good morning, Nevermorians! I'm your host with the most, Mr. Nicholas Anthony Tockert, coming at you over the airways on WNTF. Never mind the furthermore. Nevermind the Furthermore is brought to you with the love and support of our good friends over at the Independent Creator Directory. That's indiecd.org. Your one-stop shop for the best and the brightest authors, artists, and musicians. We're also made possible by sales of the Simple Sword, the Fighting Axe, and the Simple Spear, all part of my ongoing series of Western martial arts manuals designed to help you go from having never handled a sword to teaching the art to others. The Big Stumpy Robots line of books and games, because maybe gaming should be cheap, fast to play, and fun, and not require a bachelor's degree in statistics just to operate. And of course, we are further made possible by Hades and Hellfire. A dark secret has claimed 2 lives and is hunting an innocent child at the edge of the Appalachian Mountains. Only his aunt, a plucky reporter, her cameraman, and a very odd cat stand against the forces of darkness. Good morning, my brothers and sisters in creativity. I hope you are doing well this manic Monday. We have some news. Hey, Biggie, what's up? What's up? I'm working my way through my lovely study, moving things around. So you're going to see celebrities occasionally popping up behind me as I figure out who and what is going where. Still doing the other work, but it's just coming to that wonderful season where anglerfish swim through the skies and the dreaded corn sharks breach, taking out yet another unwary visitor to the burn pile with the conspicuous stick straight up in the middle is being stacked by the never seen but always present members of the town council. And people are flocking to a small little bluegrass / tractor pull slash whatever else they can wedge in that empty stretch of field party that is the Earl Park Town Festival, held in lovely Earl Park, Indiana, Labor Day weekend, which is next weekend. What does that mean to us? Well, to the vast majority of you creative types, absolutely nothing, because really, you guys are going to be at home writing, right? Or having barbecues at home. You're not going to be out getting into mischief and merriment. You've got too much to do. Now, see, I finally have that angel on my shoulder I actually need. No, we, the unknown, led by the unknowing, have been doing the impossible for the ungrateful. For so long, we are now qualified to do anything with nothing. But we will be having, in my neck of the woods, approximately 10,000 people descend, usually spread out over the weekend, we hope, to a 300-person burg. What that means is our local infrastructure takes a few hits. That means I will be likely experiencing power outages, net drops, sanity problems, and hateful notes on my front door informing me that the chicory that I grow out of the love of these stuff is far too high and needs to be cut down. I'm going to start forging weapons, obviously, so that I might glare at people in their golf carts whilst driving a hammer into molten steel, possibly singing songs in Latin. Or playing maybe some throat singing? Ooh. Or heck, just was it Clav? I can never say the name, but Clavi de Profundis's extended cuts of Endurance Day. Oh yeah, I'll go there. I will belt out some Tolkien. Uh, Maybe bang to some dwarf metal. It's about time I start coming out of my solar enforced shell and inflicting some oddity on my surroundings. But we should talk accountability. We're coming out of a weekend. What did I do this weekend? Well, this was an odd weekend for me. I had some real, first off, some very bad, very, very bad symptoms, of which I am powering my way through thanks to having rested appropriately, having the benefit of my cat deciding, and it would be Dusty, informing me that I needed to be up an hour early so I would have a more prep time, and a little bit of handcrafted caffeinated delight. Oh, weird. You see, the fun thing about pouring instant coffee when it's early in the morning and I have a little bit of a tremor going, sometimes I get a lot of coffee that's instant, and it's instantly caffeinated. We also have the winds have died down in lovely Earl Park, which is a rarity. And the problem is, whenever the wind in Earl Park dies down, we are besieged by the flies. So we've had to do epic battles with the flies, trying to come in every window, crack, hole, anything they can. It's all very, how should I put this? Brian Rodman would have a lot of fun with the visuals we've had to deal with at points. Fortunately, I have not one but two electrified fly swatters, which, the justice they bring, and have been cracking lightning bolts onto the insectoid community. Now, writing wise, and art-wise, I have not been neglectful. No, you see, my lovely wife brought home a bunch of prints, test prints, for me to discuss and look at of how we might make some new materials. There was discussions of there was discussions of pin making and other things, but as I said, my spasms were very, very bad, and I ended up in a chair trying not to twitch for large periods of this weekend. Atmospheric condition changes. And right now, I feel like I've taken several very aggressive wrap shots to the back because it basically pulls stuff. That's okay. We have to endure pain, but we do not always have to suffer. And if I'm not going to have to suffer, I'm not going to suffer. Because I am, we're going to go, I don't know if it's even still there. If it is not, I am going to, yes, one of my favorites, and I don't know where it is, but we'll fix this right now because this needs to be back on there. And it's probably on there and I can't find it, but I don't care. Add banner. Hashtag fueled by spite. Now, I am aware of certain current events that are likely bothering certain members of our community. There is a lot going on, and I'm not going to not acknowledge that spooky suckitudes abound. However, we are the bunch who weathered and profited during the pandemic. We are the bunch who have endured idiocy and agony side by side, at least digitally, bringing joy and support to each other. And this is my birthday week, which I despise. Not because I'm worried about aging. I try not to worry about things I have absolutely no power over, but I have been systemically trained to loathe my birthday. I'm working on it, and every year I have to work on it. Not a good time. But that is coming up. Due to the date it falls, it will not interfere with my broadcasting. My only caveat is Friday, especially, my broadcasts may be thoroughly nuked by the upcoming festival. I might not be able to get a signal out, which is fine. If you look out towards, figure out nowhere and aim just a skosh of the middle, and I'll just start broadcasting with smoke signals or something, But none of that is an excuse not to create or elevate or edutain as I am prone to do, so I am not likely to stop. This should shock no one. I am going to ask, as you guys, whom I love, are facing down Labor Day weekend leading to StompCon, because, these are the major events, which is in turn leading to, Halloween. And I am booked this year because of items that will be going on. Of course, postmodern jukebox. Yes, PMJ. Yes, my favorite musical situation, beyond with few exceptions, will be playing in Lafayette. So dig that around. If you can get to it, go. Have fun. Someone make sure BKM knows. Because the cheapest tickets are $40, which is an outstanding amount of money, but some things are indeed worth it. So keep that in mind for if you're looking for something Halloween night that's less spooky but more fun. I wanted to pass that along. I promote things that mean stuff to me. Um, Beyond that, ooh, there we go. Snap, crackle, pop, wake up call to the world. Uh, Actually, that was really nice. It's fun when my spine goes, hey, I can actually go in a straight line ish. Well, not straight, but you know me. Uh, my spine. Don't get too hopeful. No, we've had a lot to do, and we've a lot of work this week because I want to get things out, hopefully, so that I can at least have new published materials. I totally just I felt the wind of the deadline to get things published and available traditionally at StompCon just blast by me. So now I'm going to work on some. There will be a lot of new artistic uh, endeavors. There's going to be a lot of new terrain. There may be some other things we have to see. So no promises. I'm just working. Those who know, and those who don't won't. But so I will definitely have to reach out to Joe and Rich and see how much I have to throw their way or put on my ever expanding tab uh, of printables to see how many assorted Big Stompy Robots related things I can get done, which is cool. Because low cost minis are scooped and loved by the populace. Uh, Sorry, I'm just excited. I'm excited and I am distracted. Let me save this because I have something that was running in the background. There we go. I was working on art things that didn't involve thumbnails for the show. I do get to do that once in a while. Now, my big hope and what I'm really, truly looking forward to as a distraction from what I'm not good at is that I will get to see Churro and hopefully Grim and Max and a few others Thursday, along with all things going good, my lovely son and my lovely wife, even for gaming. And that will be fun, which means I have to do a little prep with little man, but that's okay. Prep is good. Game prep is good. And then I look at my meager funds and see if I can get anything from fun from the assorted yard sales and booths this year. So, whew, it is 59 degrees, y'all! 59 degrees! There's no one in front of that. I'm excited because this means I get to go outside and do some stuff. I'm not going to be dying of a heat stroke for checking the mail. So, lot coming on. Really? Was that necessary? Was that absolutely necessary? Okay. Lydia, you need to do something about this mess. Instead, you're just hanging around. Good help is hard to find. But I will also warn newer viewers, things may get a little spooky around here. Things may get a little strange. You get used to it. Beyond that, guys, wow, I'm so eager to do some of the stuff I am plotting that I almost went, well, guys, it's been a good show. Keep riding creep. Nope. I still get to go through at least another 40 minutes of your wonderful comments. I just need that caffeine to kick in properly, and I need to not hit the button I keep nearly hitting. So, what's going to happen is I'm going to run Joe's ad. We're going to chat about whatever's on your mind. The show will go as long as the show goes. And we're going to have a good old time for the rest of my minimum hour. Be right back. Alrighty. Disorder. Okay, let's see what we got going on. We don't talk about Bruno. Sorry. I see a comment where we don't talk about Bruno. Oh, yes, I did get to see 2 films, and I didn't get to mention it because I've been granted temporary access to the flicks of the net through generosity of a friend. Temporary because they're doing some financial stuff, and the world is as the world is. But I didn't know I could hit that note. I got to see this whole K-pop Demon Hunter thing, and there are feelings. But more importantly, I got to see one I've wanted to see literally for years. I got to see Nimona. And that was remarkably good. As somebody who got to see them both new side by side, actually, well, sequential, I wasn't watching them side by side, Nimona was better. But I could see the appeal of K-pop Demon Hunters. It really had some Teen Titans Go energy almost, which is a high compliment. But I found the music insidious, and deliberately so. So, like, I now feel very much, how do I want to put it? Vindicated about my people singing the Soda Pop song and me going, that feels wrong. I'm betting they did it on purpose, because that feels wrong, and it was. Now, on to the comments. First through the door, Dan Hollifield. Good morning. I may be outdoors working in the yard by the time you read this. I don't blame you. It is gorgeous. And I really, really need to set something on fire. Carl says we have to go to Donna's doctor's today. Normal checkup, nothing wrong. Everyone have a great day. Jeez! My flock is abandoning me. If I start hemorrhaging heathens like this, how am I ever going to keep my quota? I feel like the little Protestant minister in The Quiet Man, where all the Catholics hide their stuff. And, all right, I want y'all to cheer like a bunch of Protestants. Anyway, great film. I'm in an odd mood if you haven't noticed. Morning all! Hope Donna's appointment goes well. Hopefully it's a nice day down by you, Dan. Hey, good morning, Trey. You have been heavily on my mind in all good ways. All good ways, my dear, dear Trelanimal. Gotta find out if you're making it or not. If not, no worries. I just need to know. And pow. Let's see. And hey, Trey. Hey, Voxy. Voxy lady. I will never not hear Gangnam Style in the back of my mind when it hits like the opening. Jeez, he's fast. My son is over 6 feet tall, especially depending on the shoes. He's right around 6. And your posture. Oh boy. Will be doing like he's doing now, where he's going outside feeding the chickens and whatnot. And I just, out of the corner of my eye, see this huge looming shadow just. Oh, that. Okay, that's good. It's one of my big looming shadows, not one of my big looming shadows. You know. Anyway, how you doing, Foxy? How's Inigo? How's Thesis doing? He's been broadcasting a lot. Morning, Dawn. Here comes the dawn. Shoopy-doopy. Here comes the dawn. Anyway, Dawn is, of course, the mastermind behind Buddy and Georgette, whose adventures you can read about on Facebook. But more importantly, she is the hostess of the traveling table for DCD. That will be at StompCon. It's not too late to get stuff there. You're just going to have to hope shipment goes well. But given current events, there might be more room in the parcel shipping in America because a whole bunch of countries have been like, right, peace, we aren't even shipping nothing. Thanks to the tax exemption on small packages being removed by Hair Sunny D. Now, let's see. And we have Morning, and we have Botrix. Botrix has correctly joined the channel, and we have StompCon! Excuse me. There we go. Delayed reaction. StompCon! Yeah! Soon. Coming for you, whether you like it or not. And hello, Matthew. How have you been? Matthew Cranky, it's been a bit. And Trey is doing greetings, and Dawn is invoking. See, she knows my rhythm. I haven't brought it out, but for her, I'll bring it out. I will just drop this. Greetings. Womp, 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 womp. I might need to make some new overlays because you guys seem to dig those. And Trey says, in and out with work stuff, but I get to actually listen today. Well, I think that's wonderful. I know the construction coven keeps you busy, but I appreciate you for all the work that you are doing to keep, the trolls out from under the bridges. And, I know it's easier since most of them are now busily online, but if you weren't possessed while driving through bridges you didn't know were haunted, thank Trey. Because only you can prevent the need for exorcisms. And Foxy goes, woo! Indeed. I have PT this afternoon. Oh, yay. See, this is what you have to do, my dear Dawn. You have to schedule something that you love immediately after PT. That you can, maybe it's time to break out the online novels or hit AO3 with some of the more elaborate tags. Some Dawn time. And as the gong rings out and the bell chimes, we hear, "Hello, hello, Grant Lankard. Better called hello. It was written by Fruiting. Hey, Grant. Accountability. Got invited to apply for Fiber Fair next spring. Waiting for the application to open. Gonna put my name. Yes. Oh. Lots of pictures. Lots of pictures. Designs can be stolen. I mean, acquired. Yar. No, go. And hey, Grant, I could use a grant from the government, from the state, from the shady mob forces that run everything. It would not take much to convince me to do any number of moderately useful things. Oh, I still have to look up Mr. Scrappy. Shoot. I didn't start the fire yet. Nice, Trey. No, we're really proud. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. Foxy and Trey, good luck. And high-pitched misfortune. Okay, let's go. That's a good one. Got the new trailer yet? The new one is in color. Ooh, I do not currently, but what I can try to do is get there, because I was looking at, I've been checking and it wasn't coming up. Now that said, if it went to the proper folder, I will look right now to see if it wakes up. Wait, that's not the right folder. Hold on. Yes, that folder, please. And awesome, it finally came in. So what I will do is I will download it. And I'm going to have some, I'm literally downloading it right now at the risk of my program, Matt, because I just now saw it. So, a trailer? Like this video? I like this video, and so can you. Yes, that is the spirit. Cheer. Yeah, you're a little early. But, as people say, shoot. Okay. You all, okay. Ottomans. I have the sudden urge to sharpen sticks. Anyway, since there seems to be a musical request, I think I could drop a smooth number on you. From the warped mind of Professor Carl Witzman.
It's time to scan, that is the plan, with Carl and Dawn to catch a fawn or unicorn. We're so forlorn, we got a Koepp, so here's our rep. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we've got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too. Munsey is good exercise, good for your heart and for your thighs. Dawn is such a lovely lass. Come on, Dawn, get off your chair. Munsey, we want to Munsey, because we want some points and funny badges with our modern cell phone gadgets. Munsey, we got to Munsey. Download that app and help us Koepp, and you can play it too.
All right, we are trying to upload that video right now, Mr. Cracky. We will see. The net is as the net does. And let me check one thing to see. I can check what the likelihood is. Aha! Wait. Is this what the ad you're looking for, sir? Not bad. Good ad. Uploadable, quick. Not bad. You're getting better, sir. Now, let's see where we are. Where we are. Yes. I really want to get a bunch of old ottomans and put them on spikes in my front yard this Halloween. Only like 3 people would get the joke, but they'd really get the joke. Lol. Nick will be so confused when he gets here if he hasn't run that commercial yet. You were just admiring Elvira and her ears. This beautiful piece, womp womp, okay, is part of a family tradition. My dad always had Elvira standees that would go out for Halloween and stuff. My mom informed my wife, well, at least you won't have one of those in your house. And she responded with, challenge accepted. The Tockert cry of, is that a challenge? So now I have a wide selection of a secret collection of Elvira merch. This I bought from a gentleman who had a very, very bad day at, I want to say, last year's festival, because overnight his tent, the tent rigging over his shop came down in a rainstorm, and several things received some water damage. So she has some slight water damage, and she's a little paled out from it. But he thought, I don't even know how I'm going to be able to sell this. Now, I could have tried to wait till he was going to throw it away, but I'm a nice guy. I said, look, I got $15 in my pocket. It is literally every cent I have on me. He's like, but it's messed up. I'm like, but it's Elvira. Going once, going. It's a win-win for everyone, and we love her ears. Adriatic. Ooh, yes. Actually, got to use. I have one of those rocking gaming chairs that, as long as I don't have to get up out of, is remarkably comfortable, because the doctor wants me to spend time with my head cocked back like this because it's good for my hunch. Yes, I am technically, legally a hunchback of Notre Dame. The bells! Nice, Dawn. I mean, look at her. Manicure. Yes, those nails. Chairs, empires, and mountains. Oof. Nick might explain. Okay. I will tell the ear story because it's really quite innocent. Fun things about your free-range Nick. There's this part of me that wants to really drop the line. I was neurodivergent before neurodivergent was popular. But Elvira, the character, and myself are the same age. And having been born out west in my extreme youth, before I was called to the land of corn and suffering, ow. Okay. My dad loved to watch Elvira, but my father, whom I love, had this magical trick. Now, I was small enough that when he wanted to take a nap, he would lay on the couch, facing out from the couch, and stick me in the corner, where like his legs made a little corner area on the couch, and I would just sit there. So it was kind of like a living playpen. It was the 80s. Get off it. Anyway, he loved Elvira. And this is early Elvira, so she only showed the finest of, like, chunkers, right? We're talking Zontar the Thing from Mars and from Venus. Anyway, Broccoli Monster. Dad was making a comment to my mother and decided to lob one over the young boy's head, saying, "Look at the ears on her." This confused young Nick. You can't see Elvira's ears. Doesn't she have a great set of ears? And my mom, saintly woman that she is, would nod and kind of, just because that's who my dad was, he's still with us. But I don't recall if I was in high school or college before it dawned on me that they weren't talking about her ears. But so that bit of hyper literalism that I was so notorious for has stuck around in certain communities, and it is known that I appreciate a good set of ears. Trey, good thing we can't see her ankles. Oh. Wish granted, check out those ankles. Anyway, with that, it's time for another ad. I'm going to lose all my writing. Tash won't mind. She's a saint. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chris Walker. I hope that all of you had an enjoyable weekend and your Monday is off to a decent... It is! It's fabulous for me. I am not overheating. So my brain, it's working. I have a proper coffee cup full of proper coffee-like substance. Accidentally more strong than anyone should have made it. But I also, in obscure stories I got to tell, late last night, I got to tell one of my favorites to a friend of the show, actually, Ainsley Hargis, who I absolutely adore this woman. Just drop dead gorgeous. Blissfully playing for the other team, and I completely respect her for it. Well, the overt other team, you know how it is. But I got to tell her a story that ends with a very special phrase. If you ever wanted to know for me what justice smells like, it smells like wasabi. And no, I'm not going to explain it. You already got one deep cut of Nick Lore. I don't know if you deserve another. Squee! That's right. Get your squee on. Get your squee on. And greetings for Chris. It seems to be, this is going to be one of those shows that runs late, and I'm here for it. Chris, Trey, Foxy, and I are being silly as usual, and I feed my need for absurdity. Lamaudon. Usual. There's nothing usual about us. Yes, but your unusuality is becoming my normal. My baseline requires you guys. Elvira's ears? What did I miss? Not that they aren't lies, but she has yes. Prep with Manda, not the green room. Anyway, remember, folks, we may not talk about Bruno, but singing about him in a fully choreographed number involving half the town is apparently A-OK. Yes, that's right. Let's take our beloved, if slightly creepy coded, friend, brother, cousin, whatever, who happens to be cursed with precognition, and hate him because he's accurate about events that might be unpleasant. Because old boy cranks out warnings. Y'all. Hashtag Bruno did nothing wrong. Hashtag somebody should have called Child Protective Services on Abuela, because there's some weirdness. It's one thing to be cranky with your family. It's another to drive one out so bad he has to live in the walls. And then wander the town singing about him. It's right up there with Belle, whom I love, don't get me wrong. Belle's a book talk girly, and we're all here for it. But she did, it's that time of day where she wanders through the town singing a song that's vaguely insulting of all of us. Anyway, moving on. Hey, Rich. Fun, silly, and quirky women, that's a pretty good thing. That's one of my favorites. And yeah, we're clowning around Stream Hub World. And hey, Rich, and hey, Rich, and Bruno. Was that Bruce Willis's singing alter ego? Bruce Willis is number 2 on celebrities that spring to mind that I would have to visit as soon as I got my super heroic powers of healing, because I got to hook Michael J. Fox up. Be like, bam. Then I'd be like, Bruce, bam. You're all better. And then we move on down the line. We don't talk about Bruno. I'll talk about Bruno. What? You're going to send another set of black helicopters after me, and the creepy drones, and the shadowy figures standing across the street because they know that they can look, but they best not step up or they'll be put down? Woo! There's a chill in the air. Yes. Woo! The veil's getting thin. Don't you come on this side of the veil. Don't you come on this side. No. I'm not trapped with you. You're trapped with me. You want to go? I got railroad spikes, and I got a little mini forge, and I'm going to have some time, and I'm going to have some motivation, and I'm thinking of making some wrought iron versions of Constantine's knuckle dusters, inset some silver into the little crosses to make the point, and edge them so it leaves a mark. You want to go? We can go. I am totally okay with throwing down with baddies. I don't want to. I want to chill. You do your business. I do mine. You stay on your side. I stay on my side. Everything's cool. Good morning, one and all. Happy Monday. How you doing? How you doing? How are you feeling, my dear? We need you to get healed up so that we can go out dancing or something. Hey, Cat. Hey, Cat. Seriously, his musical album was called The Return of Bruno. Oh, I know. No, we don't. Not the Green Room, but a big saddish story. Oh, no. No. You might get hugs, but there shall be no sadness. I am rebuking sadness. I'm driving sadness out. Evil sadness be gone. Feel the power of hairspray. Cat, how's the hip? Hey, Trey. Hey, Foxy. Hi, Dawn. The hip gets a bit better each day. I am so glad. I want to make comments, but I'd have to green room myself, so I won't. Bless you. Anyway, kind of looking forward to Wednesday because I'm either going to be having to work on terrain pieces or artwork, but there's a good chance I might be hanging out Wednesday night. We shall see. But you get better, dear. Chris, respect yourself, young man. Respect, find out what it means to me. Oh, good, cat. Just don't rush things. That's right. Find a good slow rhythm. Glad you're healing up. Yes, one step at a time. Pun intended. That's right! Right here. Intend your puns. My people. The only hips that get thrown out should be women dancing, not actually throwing out a hip. Indeed. Hemorrhaging heathens. Yep. I have a mental image of Cat baseball throwing her hip. Not like my hip then, Chris. It dislocates itself with no warning. Oh, Mandy has the same problem. Not that I've been of any help. But, hold on. Dog says morning, Xander. Hi. I don't know if you heard him. He said hi. And so I'm surprised I had the door closed and the cats are all outside. Or not outside, none of them get to go outside. They're all at the window watching. So I am getting a peaceful, chill stream without feline interference. I am shocked. I am shooketh, as the young ones say. Thank you all for making me smile. Now, cat. It has been my goal to make you smile for the longest time. Whoa, for the longest time. I have been wanting to make you smile, even though it has been quite a while. Nope. My voice isn't where it used to be. The scarring effed that up. But Cat says Zender! Hi. Trey says Zender! Hi. What chickens? I thought he was checking the walking. Oh no, they're out. I am relishing in my criminality. The poultry revolution begins now. My babies. I was gone. Did you get my trailer? Yes, and I ran it. Not fair to you, Foxy flirting with the guy. A gal bumping him on the dance floor with a big hip bump was a fun thing back in the day. I tell you. Paladin of Oath of Throwing It Back. If you know, you know. If you don't, look it up. They're funny videos. Haven't gotten that far in the comments yet. I'm hopping along. Big mechanized robots are so much fun. They are. And that big trophy is on the availability. Yes. Okay. And I don't think I've been on a dance floor in over 20 years. That is a tragedy. We need to address that. Anyway, speaking of things we need to address, ad time. Overwhelming. Now, let's see what else we have. Okay, I am like the music is in my head, folks. Doesn't matter if it's a dance or your floor or your living room, it's still fun. Look, I'm a fat guy. This is home base. This is all I need to know. I can dance like this to anything. Anyway, except for the curse song, which we shall not name nor invoke. Doesn't matter. Yeah, we already covered that, and I have to go talk to the astronomers. My speech impediment. Just chomp that. Yes. Once again, these are the voyages of the USS Enterprise. We are currently circling Uranus in search of Klingons. True, sometimes I dance awkwardly while doing household chores. But I do many things awkwardly. Doesn't stop me from doing. Awkward is good. Speaking of dance, says our dear rock and roll archives, I studied jazz, tap, and ballet back in elementary school. I love to dance and dance anywhere. I know. You also have one of the best walks ever in the history of walks, so I really hope that that is retained through all this because, dear Lord, I love to dance. It was a normal weekend thing back in my 20s. And nope, your botness is ignored, but I will take your interaction. Makes sense, Cat. After all, you are the rock and roll. I missed out on that part of my 20s. Oh, I danced a lot in my 20s. Now, mind you, there were swords involved more often than not, and belly dance. But that's neither here nor there. I couldn't wait to get my tap shoes, so I duct taped the keys to the bottom of my dress-up shoes. That is awesome. Carl's going to say chair. Chair. Stool? That would be what Rich is dealing with. Jeff? Chair exteus. Step ladder? That's my job. Level up, 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 up. Instead of Ghost in the Machine, we have Chair in the World. Looks awesome, Matthew. Inigo's trying to kick Thesis's pillow off the bed. Good man. I am honored to have the original Night Slayer, as I call it, the dark version. Night Slayer, After Dark. Ottoman Turks, yes. Because it was Constantinople. Istanbul, na Constantinople. Istanbul, na Constantinople. Why'd they give the name the works? Better go ask the Turks. Now, I was going to eat Cheerios with blueberries on it. But the blueberries were sitting too close to the freezer and they froze. Oh no! Now it's time to make a blueberry slushy. When I used to work at I didn't know. I didn't click that you used to work at Michiana Resources. I have history with Michiana Resources. My art classes would turn into dance classes for the month of January. We'd do anything from the YMCA to the cha-cha slide. Cha-cha. Oh no. Oh yes. Elvira's ears dawned on Nick. Hallelujah. By the way, please check the Kickstarter for my next count. And there we are, Mr. Fantastic, Memoirs of the Morbid, Orange Volume. I hear it's an homage. Sounds fun, Cat. Oh, I must know spray because. Oh, honey. Treat that like if you're using an auto injector. You hold that in your hand for a little bit before you do the, or else, oh dear Lord, yes. The best part is when students would teach me dance I didn't know. I admit I elected to neither whip nor nay. But yes, I get that. That was actually a time in my life where I was having some real bad joint issues too. You and I had so many clubs. No spray! My peoples. Brain freeze on that one. The RX version of Flonase. Yep. It's good stuff. It's how I kept my sinuses from recurring infections for a while. They're great things. John Precoglia. Yes. I'm on the same stuff. My ENTNP instructed me to remain on it always to keep my nasal passages clear. I'm on it. I forget it. I'm on another one that basically feels like I'm diving into a chlorinated pool. In Belle's defense, they didn't understand what she was saying. They inferred by tone. There she goes, that's Belle again, insulting us this morning. Fine. We'd really take offense, 'cause she seems rather dense, but we all like to watch her shake behind. Anyway, sometimes I forget, but I remembered this morning. I call it my snort. Fun fact, hairspray will take pen ink off your car's paint. Yeah. Fun fact, hairspray will also disincline certain vampires towards certain actions when combined with other useful tools. Thanks, Mom, for a bit of odd random knowledge. I actually like to use hairspray as fixit. Fixer. The stuff you spray on watercolors and acrylics to keep them from melting when the humidity changes. I refuse to take credit for something that occurred naturally. Coward. Intend your puns. Weird. Him saying halftime activated my Amazon spy for a moment. It happens. Electric boogie oogie oogie. Dancing around the living room like an idiot is how I started losing weight before I started running. 'Twas fun. I'm dancing with myself. Ba, 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 da, ba. Now, I need to run another ad because it feels like an ad time. And I need one with a bit of it. You know what? I want a jam. Who's got a jam? You know what? I'm literally running Jody's ad because I want to hear the jam in the background. Be back in 46 minutes.
Hi, I am Jody McPhee. I am the host of From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher. And I want to cordially invite you to watch our show Saturdays at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. On our show, we will have different guests as well as talk about the comic book industry and pop culture. And every so often, I might actually do a drawing session or a 3D rendering session every here and there. So once again, I want to invite you to watch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher right here on the broadcast channel that you're looking at, whether it be Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Hope to see you there, and make certain that you catch From the Desk of a Small Press Publisher at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks.
I'm sorry. Not laughing at Joe, not laughing at the comment. I got sent I had a pop-up kind of quasi clickbait, read this story. Why does McDonald's have a bluish tint? Aren't just supposed to be orange? And all I can think is Viagra overdose. Okay. Is that why Papa Smurf is blue? Moving on. I'm glad you enjoyed the biker story. Great example of not judging a book entirely by its cover. Oh, absolutely. It's glorious. Fix it at hairy teeth. I do intend my puns, but I'm not taking credit for the ones I'm... 46 minutes looping that ad and just getting down with your bad self. Sometimes you need to, my friends, my colleagues, my companions in art. Let's see. It is past the hour, and you guys have all run pretty quiet, so please like, share, and subscribe to this. I'm going to run something else, and then I'm going to try to entertain you, because anytime for the rest of history, when you look at Elvira, the back of your mind's going to say, nice ears, and no one but you will know why. I don't want to rename the ad. I wish to run the ad, you thrice-danged clockwork companion.
Hello, I'm Dan Hollifield. I'm the senior editor and publisher of Abelian Webzine, the world's oldest free creative writing e-zine since 1997. Since then, we have helped over 500 amateur writers learn what they needed to turn pro. www.aphelion-webzine.com and read not only what we've got going on right now, but 28 years worth of our archives of stories. Thank you very much.
And let's see, we've done that. And let's see if we can't get Thesis to impale some entertainment on us.
Welcome, friends. I'm Lloyd at Thesis, and this is my TS. Come join me every Saturday at 5:30 p.m. Mountain Time as we discuss Chinese culture, history, philosophy, and of course, martial arts. You can find me at youtube.com/BLADDTH3SIS. Pull up a chair, grab a cup of tea, or the drink of your choice, and join the discussion.
I hope that commercial ran better for you than it ran for me, because my net is roboting all of a sudden. Coming up on Halloween season, thinking about Elvira's pumpkins always. And y'all pushing my buttons now. Okay, let's see. Did that. I did that. You know what? Let's just run this most important of ads, and then we'll wrap on up.
Hi, this is Kat. During the school year, I'm Mrs. Rothermel, but otherwise, I'm Rock and Roll Art Goddess, writing about my past and filming the present. I need you to join my Rock and Roll Art army and to check out my merch on Zazzle.com. What started out as journal therapy is now 4 books, I see, and an Instagram account to blow off steam, becoming a book, with another to do the same. A short film for a friend. No, this is not the end. Peace, love, and let me art.
I'm all about letting people art. And all the Elvira commentary makes me realize that, you know, I'd be much more likely to tolerate the assorted house robots that are being designed if any of them were a bit more angelically inspired. And sorry, I just saw oh dear Lord, y'all. Whoo! It would require more than 2 pumps from the spice container. So would she. You know what? Y'all earned this. Y'all just. I thought we were going to make it out clear, but no, you earned the full power of the unspoken. Let me just hide that. We're going to hide the banner. Y'all, not the green room. The green room will be getting the special in-person edition September 13th. Probably sometime after 8 p.m. when it's time for the vendors to break it down. Now, speaking of breaking it down, it's almost time for me to bust a move and bust a groove. So let's move it. Guys, I want you. I want you. I'm expiring from laughter. Oh, only a little bit. Only a little bit, y'all. I don't want you to die. Just a bit. A petite mort, if you will. Dear Lord, woman. Anyway. Well, I know what What are you hoping to find under your tree? Elvira. Anyway, all the cool kids will be at StopCon, so everyone should be there. Indeed. Okay. I'm a professional broadcaster. All right, folks. It is my fond mission for you guys to keep writing, keep drawing, keep creating. Because as long as you do, you can edit it, you can improve it, but you cannot edit a blank page. I love you, and you should too. See you Wednesday for Art Time with Nick, and who does?